This is
Let's see what we got here. Yo! What up, MetaZoo Maniacs and Cryptic Campers? Today's April 7, 2025. And wow, there's been a lot of crazy moments in the last week. A lot of Poncho boxes, a lot of texturized cards. And as you're going to see near the end of this video, a lot of sample cards being sold. So anyways, let's jump right into it. Of course, I'm going to start with the first edition Cryptonation booster box. So on April 2nd, 2025, there's one in auction that sold for $105.50. Then also on April 2nd, we had another one sell for $128.02. And also on April 2nd, we had another one sell for $133.50 in auction. Oh, and also on April 2nd, we had another one for $137.50 in auction. We had a buy it now for $135.99. Another buy it now for $155. And another auction that ended on April 6, 2025, all the way over in United Kingdom, for $125.60 American. And if we look at the new MetaZoo booster box over at PF Football P4 DHX, comes with the free Miami Collecticon promo card. I think they might have to drop the price a little. They're still selling it for about MSRP $120, $119.99. They have 797 boxes available still. And honestly, I bought one of these. When I get it in the mail, I'll make a video about it, show the promo card, and see what's in this box. Okay, let's jump into quite a few fun auctions that happened within the last week here. So on April 5th, 2025, Driving to Conto Falls, texturized 3-star rarity alternate art for only $33. But these cards are selling for pretty cheap. So if you're a player looking to bling out your deck, these alternate arts are selling for pretty decently cheap prices. And at the end of the video, I'll talk about more of the Poncho boxes that sold, but we did have one in auction on April 5th, 2025, that sold for $1,475, but this one is definitely damaged. They do admit it, though, in the description. Okay, next we have the Mothman promo from the Mothman Festival Dark Tower Tournament. PSA 9 sold for $37 in auction. Then we got another Mothman Festival promo from 2023, PSA 10, sold for $124 in auction. Here we have 3 full art alternate art Groot Slangs, 1 bid, $60 for all 3. Here we have all 4 of the different Alpha Pro demo packs, $100 in auction. Honestly, I think one day these are all going to be worth maybe like $5 each at most, maybe $2 or $3 each. I think these are going to be mass produced. And then we had an individual Alpha demo pack with Hopkinsville Goblin on it for $61. And then I guess the Lightning Alpha demo pack for $51 in auction. I just can't emphasize it enough. I really feel these packs are going to be like going for like $5 eventually, maybe within about a month or two. Just give it time. There's going to be plenty of these printed. I think these alpha demo packs are going to be more common than common cards eventually. Next we have another Dragon of Conto Falls in auction, sold for $36. Here we have Prismora with the eBay stamp on it. Boom, right down there. For $89 as a buy now. Next we have the Lady Luck alternate art, sold for $40 as a buy now. And another Lady Luck alternate art sold for $46 in auction. Here's maybe one of the least popular cards for the full arts. The alternate art Snallygaster sold for $15.50 in auction. The Phoenix sold for $23.50 in auction. Another Driving to Conto Falls sold for $50 in auction. Here we have PSA 10, just regular first edition Prismora, sold for $25.50 in auction. Next we have a lot of what looks like 30 Nightfall blisters and 3 first edition blisters for only $29. Not bad. Can't complain with that. That's crazy. Less than $1 each. And 3 of them are first edition Cryptonation. And Babe the Blue Ox has a full holo, guaranteed. I proved that. And a whole bunch of Nightfall. Not too bad. Next we have the Ziz alternate art, sold for $21.50 in auction. We have Bigfoot alternate art, sold for $55 as a buy now. Another Bigfoot alternate art, sold for $20.50 in auction. Next we have Monkey Mirage. Actually, I bought this one for $31. This is one of my favorite cards in all the new MetaZoo. For $31, to me that was a steal of a deal. Next we have a complete binder set of Nightfall for $163.50 in auction. Next we have a tarot card sample, which you don't see too often. PSA 7, sold for $128.20 in auction. Next we have the Sheep Squatch promo card from Miami Collecticon, sold for $36 in auction. And the Sheep Squatch is serialized. It's like a star, like a promo rare. But it is 001, so this is the very first MetaZoo promo card out there. So maybe there's some extra value to that. Now, I don't know, maybe someone could comment below. Does this come as hollow and non-hollow variations, or is it only non-hollow? I do not know. Next, we have a Kickstarter Full Hollow Earth's Core PSA 10, so for $66 in auction. Next, we have the Miami Collecticon promo card. It looks like it's hollow here. $27 in auction. And see the promo card here? It's 002, so this is a second ever promo card. Is this a sleeper card to pick up in MetaZoo? Next we have Quetzalcoatlus Kickstarter PSA 10 for only $142.50 in auction. Next we have Tizerac Full Hollow Kickstarter PSA 10 for only $77 in auction. Here we have Bigfoot Kickstarter Full Hollow autographed by Poncho, but I got a PSA 8, but for only $76.75. I mean, it's a Kickstarter Bigfoot autographed by Poncho. That's pretty cool. Next we have Full Hollow Kickstarter Bigfoot PSA 9 for only $76 in auction. And a Metal Man of Alabama with an authentic auto PSA 9. It's autographed by Mike Waddell, so maybe that hurt the value. $26.01. I mean, if you're a fan of Metal Man of Alabama, this is a Full Hollow Kickstarter Mike Waddell signature. PSA 9 is not that bad for $26. Why not? Next we have a hobby box of MetaZoo Topps Chrome, so for $30 in auction. Here we had a buy now for 5 Wilderness boxes for $70. Next we have another Phoenix alternate art sold for $36 in auction. Another Dragon Oconto Falls that sold for $43 in auction. I don't know what happened here. It's a Wilderness release event box. There's only 3 packs of Wilderness in there. Sold for $10.50 in auction. That's crazy. And I don't know if this is just for me or whatever, but $60 shipping? I mean, that's crazy. This box should be worth like $1.25. Next we have a MetaZoo second edition magazine. Actually, let's take a look here. Yeah, second print, but it's autographed by Poncho. Got a 9.8. Yeah, only $34 in auction. Here we have the Sword of Surtur alternate art, sold for $21.50 in auction. Here we have a Dingbell alternate art, sold for $30 in auction. Here we got a Ziz that sold for $27 in auction. Another Bigfoot sold for $28 in auction. Here we have a Mothman 2-star, sold for $19.50 in auction. Next we have Sam Sinclair PSA 10, not Kickstarter. PSA 10, yeah, full hollow. $27.50 in auction. No one cares about Sam Sinclair anymore. Here we have a case of 12 Wilderness booster boxes, sold for $299 as a buy now. Here we have first edition Manchac Swamp Priestess PSA 10, sold for $76 in auction. Hey, it's the Hello Kitty pink box, sold for $84.99 as a buy now. Next we have the amazing Rainbow Crow for $43 in auction. Is it just me, or are these alt arts selling for a lot cheaper than you would think? Next we have another Dragon Oconto Falls alt art, $31.01 in auction. Hey, we have an OG MetaZoo Kryptonation binder, sold for $54.95 as a buy it now. Then Sun Wukong, the cover art, sold for $76 in auction. And another Sun Wukong cover art, alternate art, 3-star rare, sold for $88.77 in auction. And another one sold for $94.50 in auction. Oh, here we got one that went for more than the price of the box. Mothman, of course. 3-star alternate art sold for $122.50 in auction. And you remember when this would have an extra 0 behind it? I mean, $40 for MetaZoo Influencer Metal. Totally nuts. I mean, you can get it cheaper on Goat at one point. I mean, once upon a time we thought there's maybe 50 of these made. Now we know there's well over 1,000. Okay, now let's get into some bigger bangers of the week. So we have a Kickstarter Full Hollow Mothman PSA 9. So for $499 as a buy now. And next we have a Hero Quest Mothman PSA 10, so for $900 as a buy now. Yeah, this card is absolutely crazy. Next we have Loveline Frogman Cryptid Camera, serialized out of 25, so orange refractor, sold for $200 as a buy now. And over in Germany, we had a Quetzalcoatlus alternate art, I think it's alternate art, a PSA 9 black refractor, so serialized out of 5. So for $170.91 American in auction. Okay, next we're going to look at some crazy sample cards. So we had a Wendigo sample card, raw, sold for $850 on April 3rd, 2025. Then on April 6th, 2025, we had a PSA 9 Loveland Frogman sample card, sold for $1,000, so $999.99. We definitely have to look at the sample Loveland Frogman. And I guarantee in the next set of MetaZoo, this is going to be the chase card. It's going to be the alternate art textured card, sorry, not alternate art, hidden rare, but OG Loveland Frogman artwork. I mean, shoot, this sold for less than the Moonbryon. Or wait, what am I saying, Moonbryon? This sold for less than the Mothbryon. Mothbryon selling for around $1,000. And next we have PSA 9 sample Piazza Bird, sold for $700. Best offer accepted. So in case there's anyone new to MetaZoo, this is what a Piazza Bird originally looked like. Let's go right on in. Yeah, pretty crazy. Next we have PSA 9 Quetzalcoatlus sample card, sold for $700 in auction, as best offer accepted. Then we have PSA 9 Dark Crystal in auction, sold for $280. And then we have PSA 10 sample Dover Demon, sold for $800, best offer accepted. So there's your Dover Demon. And hold up, let's go back to Wendigo. I almost disrespected it by not showing a full picture. $850 for this card raw. And before we get to the new MetaZoo hidden rares, let's go back to the old MetaZoo secret rares. So we had a Green Man autographed number 98 out of 100 for $1,000, best offer accepted. Let's take a look at that. Absolutely amazing. I mean, it doesn't have a grade on it, but I mean, it's Green Man. Who cares? And it is autographed by Mike Waddell. Who cares? But it is serialized 98 out of 100. So that is absolutely crazy. Oh, and there's an autograph up the side here too. So for $1,000, not bad at all. As well, we had a raw blue ink sell for $500, best offer accepted. And there's a PSA 7 blue ink that sold for $500, $499.99, best offer accepted, April 7, 2025. Okay, now let's check out the new MetaZoo secret rares, better known as hidden rares. So we have Bigfoot, sold on April 1st, 2025 for $350, best offer accepted. Let's take a look up close, very nice. Got a Poncho box in the background, which we'll be talking about right away. Next we have Piazza Bird, hidden rare, sold for $500, best offer accepted. I was lucky enough to pull one of these, and this is by far my favorite Piazza Bird from any set. Next we have the Sun Wukong hidden rare, sold for $500, best offer accepted. Absolutely stunning card. I was able to pull two of these. Next we have another Bigfoot that sold for $300, best offer accepted. Another Bigfoot for $300. Another Bigfoot on April 5th sold for $400. And another Sun Wukong sold for $550 Canadian. Now we're moving on to the Mothbryon. The very first one ever sold April 3rd, 2025 for $1,025 in auction. Let's just take a super up close look at that. Absolutely crazy artwork. Then we had another one on April 4th, best offer accepted for $666 American. Then we had another one sell in auction for $835 American. And now we move on to the big boy, the OG Mothman full art, texturized craziness, hidden rare. $2,000, sold by SoCal TCG on March 30th, 2025. Then we had another one on March 31st, sold for $2,000 as well. And if you don't know what it looks like, there you go. Texturized, OG Mothman, borderless, full art, hidden rare. Absolutely crazy. Then we had another one sell on April 2nd, 2025 for $1,550 as best offer accepted. And before we get to the Poncho box, I definitely have to document the MetaZoo magazine. So March 30th, 2025, the first recorded sale I could find on eBay. Sold for $99 American, best offer accepted. So if you don't know what it looks like, that's the MetaZoo magazine right there. Now why is it selling for so much? It's not just the magazine, but it's what comes in it. You get 2 booster packs, 2 alpha promo decks, and a bonus alpha promo card. So let's check out some other sales. Another one sold for $99.99. Another one for $100. And March 31st, it's going up a bit. $144.99 and then $125. Oh, March 31st still, $159.99. Another one for $199.99. April 2nd, $160 American. Another one for $188.88. Another one for $144.99. Another one for $180. I don't know how reliable this is. It says the price was $200, but then it sold for $250. So, not sure what's going on there. Let's go up here, April 4th, $168 for that MetaZoo magazine. Then we got Card Pro magazine, which is a little bit different. $27, $30. Another Card Pro magazine for $33.99. MetaZoo magazine, $200 American, $200 American. Another MetaZoo magazine for $279.99 Canadian, so probably just around $200 American again. And then on April 7th, just for the magazine, not including the promos and the alpha decks and all that, there was one that sold for $31.26 American in auction, and another one that sold for $14 in auction. So the actual magazine itself isn't selling for too much, but when it comes with all the promo packs, that's where the value is. Okay, to end this video, of course, we had to talk about the Poncho box. This one was in my last video, but it's the very first recorded sale. on March 29, 2025 for $1,925 in auction. And after that auction, we had another one sell for $2,000, another one for $2,000, another one on April 1st for $1,901 American, another one for $2,500, another one for $2,000, another one for about $1,900, another one for $2,000, and another one for $1,500, but this one is damaged. I mean, it's damaged, but I mean, it's not horrible. It is a box, yeah, it's pretty damaged here. But I mean, you are going to get the 4 promo cards out of here, so if you bought this for $1,500, and say each one of the promo cards is worth at least $400 each, which I think is fair to say, that's $1,600 minimum these boxes should be selling for if the promo cards are intact. And then back to the box I mentioned earlier in the video for $1,475 in auction for a damaged Poncho box. So to look up close, it's pretty damaged here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's got pretty crunched up, but I'm sure the promo cards are fine. So I mean, buying this crunched up Poncho booster box for $1,475, if you pull those promo cards out and sell them individually or get them graded, I feel this could be considered a steal of a deal. So I guess comment below, would you rather buy one of these boxes for about $1,500 if the promo cards are okay, and pull the cards out and sell them individually or get them graded? Or would you be willing to pay $2,000 for a box that's in pretty, pristine condition? And on top of that, do you think $2,000 for one of these boxes is too much or too low? I think that might be too low. I mean, the odds of pulling one of these is extremely low. As we all know, there's several people that have opened up 2, 3, even 5 cases without pulling one of these boxes. And anyone that's pulled one usually had to open up at least 4 or 5 cases just to get one. Oh, and the last thing I had to mention before I end this video, this is absolutely bananas. The world's most expensive Nightfall spellbook sold on April 1st, 2025. I don't know if this is an April Fool's joke or not, but it sold for $216 American. It's because it has 7 different artists' signatures and doodles on the box. So let's take a look right here. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cool signatures and autographs on here. A little bit of doodle. $216 for a Nightfall spellbook. Absolutely crazy. The cool thing about it too is it does come with the Beckett letter of authenticity. That's pretty cool. Anyways, comment below and let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video.